Alright, recording has begun, so yeah, YouTube, let's investigate the wreck of the Nocturne. The web hulk of this once proud vessel refuses to be dragged beneath the black waves, or this empty mausoleum. Superstition in the Z gives even cynical sailors pause before ransacking half-drowned vessels. Still, nothing in the code prohibits indulging curiosity. A harrowing emptiness. The fate of the Nocturne is well known, and proven by the web stretching across its battered hull. Aside from those and a few signs of struggle, the contents lie mostly undisturbed. After all, what use have the masters of Savior's rocks for trinkets, baubles, gold, and gems? If the crew and passengers are lucky, they merely became lunch. If not, you've heard the stories. The kind as these stories saved for campfires on distant shores and cold nights when the rigging creaks of the Tree of Ages, a harbinger of doom crewed by sorrow's spiders. What happened to the lovers who found Storm's broken heart in a sandalwood box? The suicide songs of mere superstitious nonsense, of course. Of course, even so, it remains a relief when the candle finally melts and it's time to leave this place to the waves and rocks. Oh, I was expecting a dungeon there. Anyway, you. I need a Z soup. Which is doable. Very doable. Max speed. Towards Mount Palmerston. But while I'm here, I'll stop by Port Celsia. Or whatever. Yeah, this is definitely one of the reasons why I'm gonna definitely not continue streaming this after I complete this Captain's Life. Travel time's kind of a pain. Even if the content's good, you know. Certainly fits in with my goal of not being such a quiet boy with foot and mouth disorder. You know, reading practice makes perfect, of course. So a game like this, which has a lot of text, a lot of text, is fairly good for that purpose, you know? It's a 67%, let's see. A loss, your opponent shakes your hand. Now the only penalty is developments. The coral is changing. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be a queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. Very chancy challenge. Alas, your opponent shakes your hand. Time to go, she tells you. But don't worry, you'll be back. Her touch lingers, her fingers are cold. Oh dear. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You want a match, another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours, your opponent's, but you have begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of the powers underneath, the flukes and their shapelings, the bazaar that lurks in London, Mount Nomad that prowls the sea, salt stone storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clearer, and your mind sharper. Checkmate, you say. One more game? Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. Oh, good. More chess. A distraction. You don't often look at chess pieces. Naturally look. The bishops with their hooks, the knight with their mane and teeth, the king with the cream, white mingled with red, the roots that pin the corners of the board down to keep you safe from your opponent. You lift a paw to toy with it. You touch its velvety pads. Checkmate, your opponent says. She grins. Looked too closely, did we? You need to be careful with scintillant chess sets. Her face is blank and white as the dome of a chess pawn. Get out. Get back to the ship. Until the waking dreams of the coral clears. Alas, your opponent shakes your hand. Time to go, she tells you. Okay, there's 2 losses and a rare one, probably. One more game, okay. You don't know how long you've been playing. You want a match, another. The rough coral tips of the chess pieces are smeared with blood, your opponents. Yeah. An extra move. This is Port Celsia, right? It is. Good thing I checked. An extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Celsia, a voice whispers, pawn to bishop 6. A rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather light a mitered bishop indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in its coral side might be a cave mouth. A strong silver. You squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Irregular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here, and it grows stronger with each step downwards. Silver light fills the sea cave. Dripping from the walls, it condenses to pools of whitish fluid on the uneven floor. Sea sounds fill the cave, strong and slow like the long beating of a heart. On a square slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different from the ones used in London. You see the spiraling bishops, the corner roots, the kin and the terrible cream. As you touch each one, a deep voice whispers a name. Move a paw, the cat's paw perhaps, or the skin's paw. This is a safe move. Move a knight. Knights are the fanged lions. A touch would wound you. This is an aggressive move. Leave, this is not a place to be. Yeah, that's what I thought. Ooh, the cavern breathes around you. That was Patink. Thank you. Thank you, R. It distracts from the pain of dissolution and end. But I want to dissolve. Will you help me? Sleep will not enough. I desire no dreams. Will you help me? Offer assistance with dissolution. In the flow of air through the cavern, you hear the voice of the principals, languorously pleading. I offer an assistant, it flutes. And scintillant. You enjoy scintillant, aren't you? An assistant. A rubbery man rises from a cyst in the floor. An iridescent cicatrice crosses its face. Even in the flood of silvery light, it pulses like a fevered moon. It shuffles closer. Shoutflens, it raises, unprecedented, a rubbery man capable of human speech, and however the Boston pitiful model. My emissary, the cave whispers, treat it gently. The whisper follows you back up the steps. Take it to the salt lines. You trust this guy to cook for you, right? Right, Chad? This is a trustworthy guy to cook for you? It trips eagerly. Perhaps it comes to your cabin. It trips eagerly. Perhaps if it comes to your cabin, you should put down some sort of matting. Invite it to dine with you. You'll need a suitable morsel. It shakes its head firmly, tentacles slapping its neck. Soft lines its lips, short fins. It turns an ear and its eye to you. Apparently it wants to visit the salt lines before it will speak further to you. At least no other crew were around to witness a rubbery man and reject a human invitation. Increase your heart's share and interest with truth to your own. Your officer may impress you. Further, filth your from the foot, open your eyes. The outcast has journalistic secrets of profound culinary import to impart, even if its lesser revelations are enough to touch your dreams with the dread of drowning. Perhaps fortunately, it gets so excited when you talk about the great revelations that you don't have any idea what the hell it's on about. I'm getting up to 150 hearts real quick. That's why I have all these secrets. Because I'm a blatant cheater who cheats. Which actually reminds me, officers, Actually, you can say on. You increase hearts. You increase hearts. You increase hearts. You do not. Does any of you decrease hearts? Good, excellent. Because that's the min-maxing it wants. Now while I'm here, I better check to make sure that I don't have some way of increasing my iron mirrors and yeah, I don't have a way to increase pages. That's the hardest one to raise. I think like the only one that can raise it is a okay, wonderful, locked. Okay, now you. You. That's fine. You have iron, so... Oh. Oh well. Well, I'm gonna lose this guy eventually, so... You know. I'm here. What's in my cargo hold? Drop guard, to create human souls. Okay. Still going into Mount Palmerston for the Z soup. Good old clink on the side of the river. Why'd I... Right. Find out what your spies need. A diplomatic agent. Wonderful. One of the white and golds then forced the canine order come a little too close to your network. That was a mistake. The crabs didn't leave much. The diplomat's people are ruthless, and your project continues. Okay. Straightforward challenge. Still have the whole... Your cunning is needed. 84, okay. A craftsman. If you ever want to retire from the sailing, the offers one spy. You found your niche. Perhaps it's flattery, but you've done well tonight. Seek intelligence. The dangers of success. The messages arrive on a tiny fish-skin sliver, bound inside a copper ring. The cipher speaks of fleet movements and power struggles. London will want to know this, but your agents have attracted attention. Okay. Unfortunately, I suspect, so, the haunted doctor shrinks from a Saurus. The haunted doctor shrinks from a Saurus spider. How did that horrible creature get aboard the ship? Smash the Saurus spider with a flung boot. How did that horrible creature get aboard the ship? A relief. The haunted doctor breathes easier. He rummages for a hidden bottle, drinks deep. I apologize, madame. It is not I, merely a cowardly man. Merely, he sighs. I was not Neath-born. When I ventured here, I knew nothing of Clayman. Had hardly imagined I might one day share a hansom cab with a charismatic devil. I never even heard tell of sorrow spiders whose webs catch men's minds as easily as their bodies. Have you visited the observatory where they nest? I suppose not. His hands tremble. It was a full year I found myself there, with the lady. She wrapped me in silk, and her children kept me warm. She gave me her sight, and all she asked in return was my eye. It was a dream I cannot call a nightmare. At one I woke from with shivers and a revelation. If it is in light that such sorrow breeds, only in darkness could there be hope. In the liberation of night, I believed I saw hope for us all. I was misguided. But that story, you know, please, I wouldn't return to my duties. Is he still a haunted doctor? Yes. Speak to... Really now? Oh wait, yeah, that's normal, never mind. A request from the haunted doctor. He asks it quietly, almost with embarrassment as he sutures a crewman's wound. A visit to Khan's shadow. Our recent conversation has left me nostalgic, the haunted doctor emits, his voice shaking slightly, though his fingers do not. Should a suitable opportunity arise, I would remind myself that there are still those who dare to dream of a better world. It has been too long since I warmed my hands on such passion. He snips the thread. His work is, as ever, immaculate. Well, we're right here, so it's might as well, right? Like, is there a better place to have gotten this, story thread? I don't like how much terror I have, okay? I figured I should boost myself to 30 crew. I felt it was slightly, worrying that I was so low. Anyway, go here, turn here, and, yeah. A gathering of anarchists. That is nothing unusual here, of course. Most nights half the shadow hatches plots over cheap wine and old insults. But who is that officer in the crowd? The usual diatribes? Diatribes? Whatever. The haunted doctor stands listening in rapt attention, his remaining eye closed. On a stage made from tables and upturned chairs, an attractive young man and woman take turns raging against injustice and talking the glorious days when London and the Conite and all others who dare to elevate themselves above others will face their reckoning. The irony is, as ever, lost. Once the meeting ends, he hurries over to thank you, glowing with second-hand fervor. I have missed this, says the doctor, something strange taking over his face. You didn't know better. You say it was a smile. He heads over to the young woman to try it out, renewed purpose in his stride. Where is he? Oh, right, he's already in the... Dine with a determined doctor. He will bring the wine, he tells you. Do you happen to have any more of that delightful sea trout? No matter. Your sorbet slowly melts untouched. And no, they are not restless elements. He slams his hand down on the table. Do you not see, madame? Every year the bazaar, she devours us. From within, the rich dream honey dreams while the poor shovel our sea with their bare hands in the streets. Just turn a few echoes to buy food, and above it all, its master, and above it all, the masters and the. He never does get around to answering your actual question of whether he enjoyed his main course. Okay. Something, to be, dealt with later. If ever. Yeah, this is, not how many you're supposed to have. Anyway. Treason is such an old-fashioned word. Okay. Lost 4, Emma. Okay, let's just do this one more time. Good enough. Thuli's Rage, okay. Come on, Z-Soup. Yeah, you're gonna attack me. I'm gonna just... investigate the hole. What treasures did these villains take? Some sort of whale. Tap the bung carefully. A finicle of honey. Heal a wound. Not take them on the ruins shops. This is what I desire. Speak to you, and he pokes his head from the galley. Have you my muter salt, Captain? My Z-Soup? I'm keen to investigate their possibilities. A braising almanac bubbles eagerly in the background. Supplies. Excellent. He retreats to his galley and bars the door. Days and nights his juring crucible blazes, The galley portholes flare crimson across the black sea. He does not answer the door. It ships biscuits and barreled water for a while. When he emerges, his bandages are yellow with smoke. I am victorious. The Z-soup defied me, but I have broken it. Chanterelles from some soggy edge of London. Pig stock, a feisty dash of paprika, lament onions, petals from exile's roses, which grows in hell, and tears from a hanged man or a heartbroken priest. I believe either would suffice. The method of the ingredients combination is singular. I believe I can make use of it. We are charting new culinary frontiers, my captain, but the Fathom King presides over the drowning feasts. He is accustomed to excess. We must amaze. That night the crew dine happily on fish stew. The passenger keeps your wine glass topped up, and at the end of the dinner approaches you nervously. I'm afraid I have another request, Captain. I need something from Khan's heart. A certain book of recipes if we were going that way. He fidgets in with you, the ends of his bandages, avoiding your gaze. Why is he lying to you? The devil's disconsolate. She pours tea with a shaking hand. Her eyes are distant. The lights, the agonies, the scalding mist of lead. I miss them so. I long to return from exile. I was such a fool. There's no future with the convention. Will you help me? I overhear things here at the gate. The convention's plans. Take them back to London for me. The officialdom of hell will show gratitude to me. And I will show gratitude to you. She hands you an envelope, unsealed, she points out. I choose to trust you. She's certainly lying. Devils do not trust. $84 cargo? Okay. I'm gonna go down to 15. What do you mean? I have 15 supplies, what the hell, game? Why can you not eat? Tell me, game. Well, Lions is, there. Thank you. Thank you for feeding the crew. That would actually been salt-inducing if I just, like, died there because of that. Yeah, no, I don't care enough about you. Be gone. Oh, look, bats. Oh, that's great. I have something awaits you in port now. Don't have to worry about RNG then. Port report. Shalt lions. You brought the nauseous outcast here. With luck it knows why. Unexpected grace. The face of the northern sphinx is all but gone, but the nauseous scrambles doggedly up. It pauses at the top and then flips into the air, an arc as precise as compass line down into the darkness of the sea. It's gone with barely a splash. You wait. There's no reason for alarm. It can probably breathe water. You wait longer. There's a certain degree of decautious alarm. Longer still, and the alarm manifests in the form of Zaylas clustering casually by the rail. Only casually, because no one would admit any concern for the fate of a rubbery man. The rubbery man surfaces. It mounts the steps to the quarry, with the ceremonious delight of a vicar mounting the steps to the pulpit. It holds a sphinx stone chess piece aloft in its hand. Principles it wheezes. Okay. Now that I think about it, you speak to... Hold on, let me just reread that, is it? To make sure it was the same. Okay. Okay. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Port report. And, nothing else. Alright, let's see what nonsense is going on with the cooking cons art. The Passioneer requests shore leave and back pay in the form preferred in the Conite. He stands stiffly before you. I will not need long or much. Your cook wants to go ashore. He claims he needs to collect a book of recipes, but he's short on details and long on guilty fidgeting. He asks for his back pay in drowning pearls. These will ease my way past the white and gold bribes. Follow him in secret. You will need drowning pearls of your own. Bearing witness, he makes his way through the rainbow streets, dropping pearls in the hands of white and golds who accost him. You cross the bridges bribed the same guards. You leave the colors of the copper quarter behind for the simple blue lamps of the porcelain quarter. They buzz more loudly and flicker more often. Machinery rumbles behind whitewashed walls. If you are found here, you will be killed. The Pausoneer peers through a narrow window, where a woman and a young man bicker over noodles. The woman's hair is beginning to gray. The young man has nearer cheeks and dark, sullen eyes. He storms into another room. She throws up her hands. The postman notices you and slips away from the window. His voice is stiff. Captain, my behavior must seem very suspicious. I am sorry to have caused concern. Let us return to the ship. I should not have come. You return in silence. He refuses to answer your questions. He has a request. After his visit to the Conite, he is more fixated, less congenial. He corners you below deck, his eyes fervent between his wrappings. Is that all? I need a capstone for the feast, Captain, something unforgettable. I have a vision, no two. One demands the core of a lone fluke. The other requires a certain bird of the elder continent, a cockatoo, given to funeral poetry. I've heard a certain southern showman own such a creature. He waves casually hand. He waves a hand. He waves a casual hand. Okay, that's a weird way to phrase that. Either would do. Do not trouble yourself with both. Well, I have both. Just that's a crew member, so deliver a colossal fluke core to the galley. The sailors struggle under the weight of Irigo juices stain the deck. The final piece. Marvelous, bring it in. Forgive me if I do not help. The Irigo is potent, and it would not do for me to forget a vital step in preparations. Zale for Fathom King's hold, my captain. I will begin my work. He snaps his fingers, remembering something. Oh, and we will need wine. Lots of wine. I am short 3. Curses. Honestly, I think the only place I can think of off the top of my head that sells wine is London. Let me check. Yep, only in fallen London. Curses. An extra move. Setting up, the outcast toddles eagerly over to the chessboard to place the sphinx stone piece at one corner. Oh yes, the voice of the pinnacles sighs. Oh yes, that will very good. I ache so to be reduced, to be less. Will you bring more? I'll pay most in Sinkland and in secrets. Yes, I'll need to complete my chess set, and then you'll need to defeat me. Bring me a wakeful idol to be my new bishop. Bring me a monster's tooth to be my new knight. Bring me a heart-shelled silver to be my new rook. Bring me a little flint to be my new paw. And bring me a flute core for my kin. At each phase the outcast nods and sways. Somehow it looks frightened. Okay, that's a good chunk of them. So, give the principles a wakeful idol. That gorgeous little spark. A little counterweight. I will devolve, and my emissary must end with me. To satisfy the chain we must have an ascension. This little fellow will rise as I descend. Perhaps you can take her with you. Here, you scintillant. Another secret? I have so few remaining. Will you despoil me further? You will? No, I'm tired. No secret for you today. If you press me, I will sulk. I am old. I want to be less than I am. I want to be only coral. Call that a secret if you must. Give the principal a hunting trophy. We don't necessarily need this for my dissolution. The others are tools. This is an ornament. But ivory and chest is asked, aren't we? My emissary has your payment. A little of me. There I shine, and a secret. The spiders of Savior's Rock. Crush them. Crush them. Made arrangements with my cousin. Bargains to blind a monster. Remember that. There are many alliances. Give the principals a flute core. Oh, my cousin, my enemy. I was of their kind before I began my descent. Now you see me as I am. But I would so much less. I would dissolve on the waves like old foam. Help my end. Kill my emissary. But not until we are ready. Here is your scintillant. My emissary recalls how it burnt. See him flinch. No matter. He will end when I do. Now your secret. These sea lords you slay, they give of themselves for the drowning feast. Kneel and I will whisper you a fragment of the recipe. Give the principals an ambiguous life. The great chain of being is rigid, but the shapelings know its weak places. This is for I have sent my emissary. He knows. This is one of his. Thank you. I will be much less, and I will sleep forever. Kneel, kneel, my emissary will give you scintillant. The secret, the bazaar brought us all us shapelings, axles, the flukes, the misers, even my emissary. Why? Too deep a secret for me, my friend, even here too deep for me. Perhaps when you end me. Okay, journal report. Not that one, it's Station 3. Okay, one thing left. I have 5 fuel. Well, yes, it has fuel. Wonderful. Salvation. I have too much scintillant. I'm gonna like sell all that once I get back to London. Since why am I even heading there? I literally need 3 wine. So, oh, I also need to stop by Station 3 for that chess piece, too. Quaint. So very quaint. You know, that I think about it. Not you, it's, him. Ask how Magician came to be an engineer. After a meal, salted pork and a glass of good Marie Fields. The drained glass. He gestures carefully with his hook. It makes card tricks difficult. But we know about mechanisms, we magicians. My specialty was mirrors. But there are principles in common. It would be a good start. I found that I needed to go to sea. Why? But because, madame, someone owes me a hand. Once a friend, now an enemy. I am looking for a weapon to use against them. If once we find it, I may have a favor to ask you. I'm honestly seriously considering just downsizing the boat to a smaller, speedier, size, you know? Do you have a port report for me? No. Honestly, oh no, wait, I literally have 35 Scintillant. Yeah, that's definitely the current hold problem. Pardon me. Let them do their worst. Collect messages from the harbor master. Something that need has changed. Okay. Pass on the wistful devil this information. The devil has provided intelligence from inside the Brimstone Convention. The aristocratic exiles of Hell. Hell will, no doubt, be interested. A warm welcome. An urbane devil ushers you into a copper-paneled interview room. There are hunting prints on the walls, but the hunters are devils and the quarry women and men. The devils listen, fingers step to your story. Stipple to your story, okay? Nodding encouragingly. That's terribly helpful of you, terribly helpful. Could I have the message, please? He reads it with interest. Oh, that's very good. Allow me to offer a consideration to you. Here, for your troubles, bring me more, and I'll give you something else. But do you mind performing some independent verification? You know how expats can get. Sometimes their imagination runs away with them. Anyway, here's a little present for your source. Well, good thing I have this. Thank you. Where I'm going, there will be light enough eventually. But we'll need something we can manage ourselves. But now I have further need of your services. Okay, there it is. Don't I get rid of that? Just yet. You. Something dark. They grow it in the outer continent to the south. You can find it in Adams Way or Port Caroline. Or the Kyanite, perhaps. 700 echoes. Yes, perhaps I just drink a lot of coffee. I'll put fire in our bellies and in all our bellies. We need that. It's cold out there. One more thing. The Venturer has a plan. My operations here will continue without me, and I have gathered all the supplies I need for my greatest endeavor yet. I need to charter your ship. Will you hear what he has to say? Time to go. You and I, we are not numbered among the timid. Now it is the time to complete what we have begun. Come with me, come north, to Avid Horizon to the High Gate. I'm gonna have to come back to do that. Submit vital intelligence. Oh, I only need one yet, huh? Enthusiastic nods. Can I not? Okay, I apparently can't increase that. And recruit who? No one. Let's see what's in the Rose Wharf. Nothing of interest. Okay, time with the child. Give the child a gentleman egg. It will coil and glow silently on their nightstand. It's a bit of a particular thing to give a child, honestly. One day your child breathes, eyes wide and fixed, gleaming in the soul light. I will set this at the bow of my ship. I will sail east for always until the skies go out. Okay, shipyard. How many hold? 30. I'm 15 over. That is 5,000 weight, that's half, 40. Still 5. Forget. 70 hold capacity, wonderful. Not half the weight though. Alright, bridge. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Boom. Okay, that's one thing I can sell. Okay. I was thinking good. Alright, let's do this one. 40 units of cargo space. I have one short. That's let us sail when you are ready. All that you assembled for me, it's here. Treasures too great for the world. Take me north to out horizon and voids approach. Okay. Ship go zoom. Honestly, this might have been a mistake, but we shall find out. Hold on, did I even yeah, I kept the line. Yeah, this is oh hello, Mount Nomad. You are certainly a dangerous thing that I do not wish to deal with. Open the high gate. A curious miscellany is gathered from all across the wide Black Sea. Your companion knows how to use these materials. Almost there. Most of the supplies remain packed. The venturer extracts gems, wire, bone. At the base of each statue, he constructs a kind of cage. At the heart of each cage is a candle. We won't light them, he tells you. Confidentially, we'd be seen. The gate only opens when the watchers are blind. Your sailors assist the merchant venturer as he assembles the contents of the crates. A platform takes shape before the gate. A structure like a vast dragonfly or carnival float. He piles it with cargo. The gate, he tells you, is a law, not a door. In a moment of inattention from its guardians, the law may be broken. Will you come with me? I don't know when we'll return, but when we do, we'll be armored in glory. Watch as he completes his schemes. Trade exists beyond the gate. In the high wilderness, the bazaar itself has told me this. I will earn the currencies of heaven. I will return stronger with strange riches. A ravishing light. The gate does not open in the way of other gates. Nothing moves, but the surface blazes bright as the skin of a star. The light is like the savage radiance from the dawn machine's rapture. The venturer and his machine shine like glass, their bones illuminated with a sight so beautiful the sailors cry out and fall to their knees. The light grows brighter still, and now all the colors and all the ice around you are visible. Brighter, and you can see nothing at all. The light fades. The high gate is closed. The venturer and his cargo are gone into the void. As your eyes recover far, far away in the utmost south, you glimpse a pulse of artery in this light. Okay. And that is continued in Sunless Sea. Not Sunless Seas. Sunless Skies. Well, I do wish I could go to port there to, save hunger, but alas, I shall not risk it. Anyway, here's the plan. Instead of going all the way to London, stop here, get some fuel and supplies, then head towards King Ear's castle. Shop's there. 20 and let's go with 15. And then just grab that much more. And the only reason why I didn't do that was two things. One, I wanted to complete the Genial Magician's storyline. And two, wanted to complete the Father's Bone storyline since I'm literally like one away. Farewell. A spy walks the ship. They're good. Very good. Were it not for a single envelope sitting face up instead of down on your desk, you might never have noticed. Track down the spy. Search every cabin. Open every lockbox. Traitor. The determined doctor makes no plea, no apology, no excuse. He holds his hands out for the irons and is escorted to the brig with his head held high. The determined doctor stands at the door, opens, irons clinking on his wrists. His eye is defiant. The cold sweat on his brow tells a different story. Demand an explanation. The question is a single word. Why? In an impersonal betrayal. Why would a man throw a life preserver to a drowned child? The determined doctor looks up, revolutionary fervor in his eye. You were not there, madame, or you would know. Or our only salvation is in anarchy, in burning London, bringing down the Khanate, and sealing the Cuman Canal. Command, whatever. It's 3 fucking vowels in a row there. Came whatever. Canal. Taking back what is ours. They understand that. In the shadows they understand. Argue with the determined doctor. Good grief, has this man ever found a cause he didn't immediately embrace? It is a question worth asking. For a moment it is as if you have gotten through to him, but no. A man who would fall so quickly from worshipping sorrow spiders into the crooked clutches of the Calendar Council, and still be instantly won over by a bunch of Kangan anarchies, is a man with an imperturbable shield of homeliness and self-justification. I did what I must, the doctor, his salty eyes staring past your ear. I could have done no less. Okay, try to deal with the determined doctor. He only did what he thought was right. If he swears never to repeat this, his honor will hold him to it. A principal stand. Please understand, there was no pleasure or satisfaction in what I did. It was only with the bitterest regret and for the greater good that I betrayed your trust. But I cannot swear that, madame. I must continue to act as my conscience demands, as must you with yours. I will speak no false promise to spare my neck. Pass judgment on the determined doctor. You have heard enough. A verdict is reached. The determined doctor does his best to look defiant, but he is unable to hide his nervous trembling. The doctor leaves the ship. He will spend the rest of his journey in the brig, and hand it over to the authorities at the next friendly port. The doctor sits down on his uncomfortable bed. He understands and accepts his punishment. He will cause you no more trouble. Oh shit, I should have turned south. Since I am going to Fathom King Hold. Yep, still going on, still going. Just chug, chug, chug. Wonderful. Okay, first off, speak to this guy. Okay. Well, I still need to talk to him. Father's bones. I am missing something and I don't remember what. Oh well, can't double dip this one. Attend the Poissonier's feast. Oh right, that's what it is. I need the Poissonier to do it. The drowning court, soggy, chattering, hungry, populated table carved of coral. A table of carved coral, okay. The Poissonier claps his hand. The crew scurries in with steaming plates. The seventh miracle. There are 7 courses, each named, and begins with the first touch on the skin. A plate of silky white flesh submerged in yellow sauce. Fresh, sharp, shocking. Next comes struggling against the current. A fierce tirade of coursing flavors. It leaves the diners watery-eyed and reaching for their wine. Before they recover, bowls of Helgane soup are set before them. Swallowed, the Poissonier intones. The taste is deep and rich and heavy. Lining the stomach, several downies lift the bowls to their lips to catch the last drop. A merciful interlude follows. The surface high above is a mild palate-cleansing mousse. Afterwards comes the lost breath, a relay of still wiggling tentacles, bitter on the tongue's tip, but departing with a long, mellow aftertaste as it slides down the throat. The penultimate course, the abandonment of the self, is spun with sugar and crunchy with salt. Spherical cages of solidified syrup containing fiery sweet meats. The filling cracks between drowning teeth. The sweetmeats vanish down damp gullets. Last of all is the promise of what is to follow. A brulee cream of inexplicable pungency, indescribably Moorish. The diners lean back, bloated when their senses return. They call for the Poissonier and congratulate him upon impeccably reproducing the sensation of drowning in culinary form. It was not drowning, the Fathom King says, his baritone rolling over the bauble. It was love, the Poissonier. He raises his glass to the Poissonier. Oh, okay. You talk to him, speak to, and, yeah. Well, anyway, back to the Fathom King. Father's bounds, and, introduce the Fathom King to your chef paramount. The chef has learnt everything there is to know of cuisine above the waves. Perhaps he is ready to learn of the colony treasures below. You'd miss him, but you owe him the chance. Magnificent. The chef's mustaches quiver with excitement. He kisses his hand to you and bounds creakily to the Fathom King's side. I am at your complexity's service. I have so many questions. The savors of the Pagellan wash, are they distinct? Can mute salt survive that fundamental pressure? Is the feast truly flesh? The king attempts several times to interrupt the chief's excited babbling. When he fails, he gestures to his chamberlain. You are rewarded with a word which compels attention, and an assurance that your service has been recognized. Curses. still need another thing for the Fathom King then. Okay. Carpens and all, so that's not what I want. Where is it? Where is it? Pinnacles in. Oh, right, I want the silver. Where is it? Where is it? What do you mean? Does this not count? I swear, I'm losing so many stories. Well, I just wasted another C story. That's annoying. But I have to... Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, what do you mean? Okay, so that's a different thing. Oh. Turns out that side quest wasn't a side quest after all. Alright, time to go to Station 3, since I missed going there the first time. Yeah, I forgot to swap that guy in. I was wondering, it's like, wait a minute, why do I have so low pages? Oh, right, it's the only one that doesn't have a training. Oh, yeah, that's what I need, right? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Is that what it wants, or is it? Okay, I'm gonna need that. Which involves me going all the way to Irene. Joy. Okay. Hello, crab. Will you be kind enough to give me a lockbox? Please be kind enough to give me a lockbox. Oh well, at least I still need the, you know, trophies. Oh, hello, pirate frigate. Shame. No, okay, you I need. Your death is, give me the Z stories. You are very important to the economy of this game, little jellyfool. Jellyfool? Whatever. Just ignore the faces in the water, okay? They don't matter. No matter how much they scream. It's fine. Okay, that's the port fourth I wanted. I knew it. I thought I went too far. Oh well. That's like one or two wasted fuel. Okay, shops. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I get like 10, okay. I'm just gonna have 7 of those because my gut reaction is like, I think I need these for some reason. But I don't remember why. Okay. I swear this game's a goddamn notepad game. Alongside a wiki game. I could have just taken out the Sunless guy's continuation, but instead I'm going with the Father's Bones one. Oh well. Right, I should be taking it right here. Or head due east. Probably could, like, reduce my, my ship weight to one of the lesser, the lighter, ships. I guess I still need to go further south. Sorry, I was just thinking, it's like, the notes in this game is like less of a, notepad and more like a spreadsheet, to be honest. Oh wow, I'm down to 9 fuel, huh? Neat. Sad little... Oh, I gotta... Okay. Hmm. I'll, turn the light off for, safety. But I shall be, push engines to full power. Because they won't, explode due to the equipment I have. I care more about my speed than, whatever. Yeah, speed is important for time than, fuel efficiency right now. Which in complete honesty is probably why this game can use a, fast forward button and, auto navigation. Does the port here, sell fuel? Hopefully it does. Okay, it does. Wonderful. Story. Do an extra move. To get the principal's heart now. I long for my ending, but I fear Beside, this is needed to encase my fear. Ice and oysters, the trap jaws, give me courage. I want so to be less. Give it to me. Your payment is there, in the corner, and here in this secret. I was forbidden love by the bazaar when I left the world Axel, but I don't regret it. I never regret. The last game. I'll mess chess the most when this is done. The black waves, my children's glows. Let them pass. But oh, my sweet diagonal, it's time. Afraid I find, quickly, the board awaits. The emissary, trembling, takes his place across the board from you. He will dissolve with me, the principal tells you consolingly. It's for the best. You must win the game, defeat him, and he and I will end. I will leave treasure. Hurry, my thoughts grow burdensome. Win the match, lose the match. The principles will be reduced as it desires to a mindless hump of coral. The outcast stands trembling behind the board, ready to enact the principal's moves. Its mind will be destroyed with its masters. Lose the match. You're enmeshed in an alien scheme. Perhaps you mistrust it. Perhaps you pity the outcast. Whatever your motives, you will throw the match on purpose, leaving the principals trapped in consciousness, defeating the purpose of this whole quest. Yeah, I don't feel like going to the Verdant Blight and dealing with that nonsense right now. Alas, I do not have a cook anymore, but cannot be helped. Move and counter-move. The pieces click and hiss on the board. The victory is easy. The emissary whimpers and topples his own kin. He begins to melt like snow in a desert wind. Scintillating sloths from the roof gathers around you in great shining drifts. The voice of the principals washes over you like the sea, urgently chanting secrets. For every one you hear, another two are lost to the grinding of the rocks, or incomprehensible to a mind that has not layered centuries beneath the waves. But you learn, and learn your brain is bursting with knowledge. Now the voice of the principles falters, is gone, and subsides into happy mindfulness. With a last melodious sigh, the outcast's face blinks at you from its puddle of goo, and then it dissolves. The wakeful idol which sat on your chessboard now squats by your feet, eyes bright. The principal has suggested that it would become more. When the principal became less, it seems a little taller somehow. Okay. That's what we need. To the Fathom King again. Let's go underwater this time, though. I'm not sure if it's faster, but it will be a different change of pace, wouldn't you say? Especially if these work. I feel like I was faster outside the current. Oh yeah, there's Nook. Well, that's just a rude, extremely rude, current going right into that wall and through it, huh? Alright, fortunately I have Z stories. Bear witness to the principal's end. How old were the principals? The eldest, perhaps old enough to satisfy the Fathom King. An ending. Hurry, it told me. My thoughts grow burdensome. And then at the chess game's end, the dissolution. The Fathom King listens. A single tear rolls down his cheek. Though his face remains expressionless, his chamberlain steps forward to remove the tear with a darting tongue. My bride's family, he tells you. They've long grown eccentric, and the principal's was the most eccentric of all. Yes, that is sufficient. Come closer and I will tell you something of dissolutions. The Fathom King's key. Finally, the Fathom King beckons you closer. You've done everything I asked. So few people do, you know. You are an exception, and so I shall make an exception for you. You bend to place your ear by his mouth. The reek of the drowned. The Fathom King stinks of salt and rotting flesh, but also of something electric. Ozone, alien. His breath is cold. He whispers in your ear, and he presses something into the palm of your hand. Go now. Good luck. He smiles thinly. Perhaps one day your child will stand before me and ask the same questions. Okay. Go. Oh no, hit the hole. That's where it would be. What ended? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not that. Okay, to Avid Horizon. I would absolutely hate to see just someone going like, alright. There's all the ports. So we start there, we went there, just doing that kind of nonsense. I would absolutely hate it. Like, oh, that would be so painful. Like, half the game's exploring, but at the same time, it's like, oh. A lot of these things feel like you should just have required one. Oh, what the hell is that? I am intrigued. I am very intrigued. That is a very intriguing thing. Would you not say that is an intriguing thing? Alright. Ship continue to zoom. Could stop and pick up fuel, but whatever. I'm at 22 and 16, that's good enough. Oh. Too far to the left. Or west. At any rate. Boom. The grave of the stone. 4 yards west, you murmur, and 6 south. Beneath the jaws of the phosphor eel, you open your eyes. You are standing at the edge of the dock, in the place the Fathom King told you. You dare not hesitate. You dive straight into the sea, and the waters close over your head. The jaws of the eel. Your oiled garments offer little protection, but the cold is stunning. Your breath bursts from you in a spray of bubbles. You have only moments, and it's only dark. And it's so dark. How can you find a stone fragment? Here, under the black water. The Fathom King's leagues away, but he's the lord of all things lost at sea. His directions were preternaturally precise. The eyes and the jaw of the eel gleam brightly through the blackness where it layers at the foot of another dark pier. It draws its head back as if in homage. In its greenish glow you glimpse the flakes of stone carved with letters. You seize it and strike out desperately for the surface. Your crew have fires burning on this dock. They strip off your Z-soaked clothing and wrap you shivering desperately in warm furs. Your fist is closed tight around the flakes of stone. A thread of blood leaks. At last you prise your fingers open. You read the remainder of your father's name and the words, "Serve the Chapel of Lights." The Chapel of Lights is not far to the south. Go there to end this. Yeah, definitely not far at all, huh? Get in the dock, 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 get in the dock. Okay. Which one's the... Oh, okay, here's the father's bones. In interview with the smiling priest, the stone said, "Serve the Chapel of Lights." How did he serve? Yes, your father served here, the smiling priest says offhandedly. He brought us savory morsels. The flesh... I'm taking a drink of water. Never mind, I'm out of water. He brought us savory morsels, flesh and spirit. When he had done with his crew, he brought them here to us. He was savage in the service of the drowned man. We had hoped that one day his appetite would grow so great that he would pass the north. But he failed. Many do. The priest smiles wide and bright. It was a mighty death, and I might say, a most appetizing one. Yes, you have his bones. We have taken what we need from him, long ago, and laid him to rest. Tell the bishop, if you please, that our debt is paid. Good day. You have his bones as sinful bones. Take them to London to complete the game. Perhaps you had best kept his secret. Okay, so pressing the hotkey doesn't make that clicking sound, but clicking on it does? Okay. I'm just going to make a stop on the way back to Verdant, just because I want to see how many of the colors of the Neath I have found while on the meandering path. Okay, the first curator, there, yeah. Lump of blue scintillant. Oh, bright as waking. Cage frail fingers, the curator cups its hands over the lump of glowing coral. Its face, you see now, is masked with copper. Its fingers wither in the light. A curl of smoke rises, but it only clutches the coral tighter. The sea, it whispers, I smell the Z. You smell scorched dust. But here's your payment, in rubies of antique cut. The curator seems happy. Give it the colossal fluke coral. Yes, end it. I will find my own ending. A waiting pedestal. At its direction you place the core in a bath of frothing acid. It dissolves slowly. Irrigo vapors ascend and snake into your mouth, eyes, heart. For a long minute you forgot who you are. When you return to your safe self, no trace of the fluke remains. Thank you, the curator whispers. Perhaps you have saved me from the sanatorium, and perhaps the emergence will be less painful. Its chest pulses feebly. You accept a single huge black pearl. The curator fancies grow worse, but it pays well. So I got 3 of the 7. I saw it once. I saw it long ago, when first I came here below. The driest of chuckles. My left eye is blind. Should I replace it with this one? It will be no blinder, but perhaps I will see within. It raises the hand with the hunter's eye towards its concealed face. No sound is indescribable, but some should be. This is one. Let us not trouble ourselves with its nuances. It reminds of marsh and gangrene and chrysalid emergence. Take, it says, its voice ragged. It gestures at a side table where a spore tusk sits. A pearl tiara is both perched jauntily atop the tusk. Both apparently are yours. Okay, I'm missing 4, yeah. I swear those 2 quests are definitely just One small favor. If you know the reference, like, oh yeah, just one small favor, get me these things. Adventure around the seas later. Doom. I never bothered to get the genial magician stuff done either. Alas. I'll deal with it later. Anyway. Yeah, go to shore. Collect messages, yeah. Air lodgings. Time with your family. Blue, scintillant. No. Dutchman shag, okay. 48. 35. I want to go away to sea. Your child wants to sign on with a ship already, but time passes quickly and most quickly on the undersea. How many years have you been at sea? Don't ask. Time operates slyly out in the dark. Permitted. A family tradition. If your child survives, many sailors don't. You of all people know that. All is well for now. New Year's Day, 1809. Quartermaster's Assistant of Legal Age signed on recommendation of legal guardian. Give equal treatment. You have a scion. When you die, the next generation may take up the torch. In the meantime, they will still live at home. Probably. Okay, father's bones. Victory. Retire with your father's bones restored. You are home, and so is he. Rain at funerals is decorous. Decurious? What? I would say discourteous, but discourteous, yeah. Well, that's wrong, ain't it? Rain at funerals is decurious. The Neath chooses to grace this afternoon with one of its thin and melancholy showers. Water drops glisten on the shovel, the coffin, the pale expanse of the vicar's forehead. Not many Londoners remember your father, but the sense of occasion has long quest. The final return to the rest has brought out a sizable crowd. Mourners line up to shake your hand. When they speak, you hear only the Z. Return home. One by one the mourners depart. Waves beat at the edge of the hearing. A quiet afternoon. Afterwards you are given the servants an evening off. The house is empty, the clocks tick, the roof's beams creak companionably. You can still hear the Z. Okay. With that, ending this here now. So YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, follow my Twitter, follow my Twitch. Night all, and take care of yourself.